In this lesson, I'm going to continue with SketchUp, but first what I'm going to do is generate an AutoCAD drawing from the drawing I made in Revit. In hidden line mode, it covers the drawing below. I just want to say a couple things about this. If I switch to wireframes, I can see through it. I've been asked to ignore the stairs to the basement. So I don't know what you guys are going to do with that. So just so you know, there's a door that you don't have access to. Normally, if this is in fact a stair to a basement, might have a bulkhead out back, whatever. So, switch back to hidden line. But doesn't matter. I'm going to it's this line drawing that I want to export, and let's turn off visibility of the entourage and plants and that kind of thing. People, entourage. Okay, because we don't want those to clutter the CAD drawing. And let's make sure we have all the dimensions that we need. We don't yet know about, I thought I dimensioned it perhaps on another drawing. So you need to know that there's this probably want the distance. You have the distance across. We should have the, even though you could ascertain that by subtracting, we'll just give it to you anyway. This is an old house, so you don't have 36-inch doors. You're probably not, accessibility is not something you're going to be able to achieve. Let's go ahead and export to AutoCAD. Export CAD drawing. And that's all we want is this view. Next. Floor plan level 1, line drawing. Okay. I made a mistake. Can you guess? If you're going to open something in SketchUp, SketchUp is very intolerant of new formats, so you need to export in an older version of AutoCAD. I learned that the hard way. You might as well learn it. So 2018 is not going to work, so let's choose 2007. I normally indicate that, but I'm going to skip it for now. Exists, yeah, we're going to write over it. I'm going to save this as lesson 4, even though lesson 4 is largely about SketchUp. Lesson 4. We didn't do much to the Revit file except for add a dimension or two. Then I'm going to start SketchUp. Give a shortcut somewhere. So we did a little bit of work in SketchUp, I don't see a history that, where do we put this? My handouts. Handouts is mapped to my T drive. It's important when you're working in SketchUp and VDI that you work with drive mapping, otherwise Windows component attributes won't work. If you have errors with that, that's the problem. My handouts, I think I made a folder, yeah. So let's open lesson 2 where we left off. Do we have any scenes? No scenes yet. Let's go to the top view. I think we have a parallel projection. The image on, we have an image, plan underlay, but that's of no use to us because SketchUp can't snap to anything in that image. So what we want to do now is import that CAD drawing that we generated. File, import, switch this to AutoCAD, AutoCAD files, and we have very good, right? We'll take this and grab it from its corner endpoint, and I don't want to snap to that because it's snapping to the 3D geometry. I know that points at the origin, so here's what I'm going. Let me explain what the problem is. If I take that endpoint, well, I could do it from this view. Let's do it here. Snap to that endpoint. That's fine, because what I would have snapped to is the top of this, and then we would have had our CAD template would have been up in the air, whatever the height of the walls are. Let's make a layer for AutoCAD under. And we're gonna lose these AutoCAD layers because they're of no use to us. But they have geometry on them, so when you hit delete layers, you're going to move everything to the default layer. It's really important. You can't neglect that. I don't know why I missed those two. Move stuff to the default layer. And then the component, which I've just imported, I'm going to move to the AutoCAD underlay. Go to the top view. If I turn off the image underlay and change my style to Xray, you can see that I have lines now that I can snap to, so I can start to set up my guides. Double click the wall group, guide tool, and basically go to an edge, hold down the control key, and you can work from the edge you've established. So those are setting my vertical guides for the windows. Snap to the, I'm just establishing the overall opening for this thing. Then we'll worry about the component that you put in place. You don't need to watch me do all this, so I'll just explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up all the vertical guides. I'm going to set up a default sill height, a default head height, and then I'm going to explain it when I start this video again. On the other hand, we might as well do one side so that we have that done. Remember, there's a little porch out here, so I first have to set. Don't snap to midpoints. Make sure that you snap to an edge. Red axis is okay. 12 inches. The floor slab inside this house is at 12 inches. The height of the doors is 6'8", so that's 80 inches. And that's going to be the head height. That's going to be the top of the door. So I'm going to set a sill at 36. Oops. 36. Some of these other windows have different sill heights. If we turn on the image on, oh, we can't see it in X-ray mode. That's probably, we forgot about that. Anyway, let me finish what it is that we were going to do here. We're going to define where that window is. So I'm just going to, and once you have these guides, you can drag additional guides from guides that you already have. Right? So we're still now in this group that we've created. So I'm going to outline the door. Door is going to be these intersections. Notice the height, 6826. We have a window system in here, and we have a window in here. And all I'm doing is cutting, punching out the rough openings for these windows. So if we take, let's turn off X-ray view so we can see what we're doing. Select these guys and push to the inside face. Once you've done that once, you can double click these others. Okay? That will be the end of lesson 3 in SketchUp, modeling this branch. You will have completed all those openings, and when you see this model again, that's what it'll have.